श्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतः न शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सीदसादनम् ॐ श्री महागणपतये नमः। सरस्वत्यै नमो नित्यं भद्रकाल्यै नमो नमः। वेद वेदांग विद्यास्थानेभ्यैव च सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Hari Om. We will chant few verses of the first chapter. Please repeat. Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padambujanmane Savilas Mahamoha Graha Grahaika Karmane Tatpadamburuhatvandva Seva Nirmala Chetasam Sukhabodhaya Tattvasya Vivekoyam Vidhiyate Shabdasparshadayo Vidyaha Vaichitrya Jagare Prathak Tato Vibhakta Tatsamvit Ekarupyanna Bhidyate Tatha Swapnetra nityam tu na jagna sthiram jagare sthiram tad bhedo tastayo samvita ekarupa nabhidyate suptoti tasya saushupta tamo bodho bhavet smritihi sachava buddha vishaya avabuddham tattadatamah sabodho vishayat pinnah na bodhat swapna bodhavat evam sthanatraye peka samvittatvattinantare masabda yuga kalpeshu gata gamyeshvanekadha nodeti nastametyeka samvidesha swayam prabha samvidesha swayam prabha. We were seeing this first chapter of Panchadashi in November, and we had completed 36 verses. 36 verses, but I think you have forgotten some of them, and if you remember, very good, but I will have a recap of all these verses so that all the knowledge which has gone sunk in ourself, it can resurface again. It will again come up. So let us see, let's start. So Vedanta Swami, in the first verse, he offers his namaskar to his Guru, who was Shankarananda. And what is the work of a Guru? He gulps. Guru's work is that he gulps. What he gulps? He gulps my delusion along with its ramification. Guru's work, because all these sorrows have their source in not understanding something which is right, and what is not right, understanding it is as true. So, the teacher is coming in life to take away the source of all sorrows, which is called the delusion. Therefore, Arjuna also says, Nashto moha smritir labdha. So, thinking I am body, thinking he is mind, this is how the whole world is running, without any base behind it. I am happy, I am unhappy, I have gone big, I am small, I have become very sad, I am very, very excited. So, where there is no such change, and where there is no such sorrow, and where there is no such attachment, they are seeing everything and not seeing the world as false. So Atmani apurna buddhi and Jagati purna buddhi. This is the nature of delusion. On myself there is a sense of abhav, and in the world there is a sense of purnata. So world has all joy. I have no joy, although my name is Joy. But I have no completeness. I miss my child, I miss money, I miss this. What is the need to miss something? You have everything in you. Well, I don't understand these things. So what is the work of a teacher actually? Is to not to give anything, but to reveal there is no sense of emptiness in I, and there is no sense of completeness in world. One who demolishes these two misunderstandings is the work of a guru here. And because of this misunderstanding we form relations, because of this misunderstanding we do actions, because of this misunderstanding we go out for joy, and like the deer in the mirage, we keep on running from place to place, from age to age, from childhood to youthfulness, from youth to old age, from old age to next birth, from birth to death, from death to birth, from one project to another project, from one body to another body, from one state of mind to another state of mind, from one relation to another relation, and we suffer because we did not get that complete. Nobody can say that world has given me the completeness which I wanted. Maybe for a short time he may say, for a few seconds, few minutes, but for a long time he cannot say that this fame has satisfied me forever, I don't need anything else. This family has satisfied me, or this food has satisfied me. There is no alam buddhi in the world. Always there is something more is required. Even Indra, if you become Brahma, you become any devata who have the command over all cosmos, they also are incomplete because of this lack of knowledge of the self. To that sense they are incomplete, that when Bhagavan Krishna worships, he says no Indra worship will be there, and we will worship Govardhan mountain. Indra gets very angry and he showers torrential rain for 7 days and night continuously. Imagine that Indra, who has the power over whole Brahmand, he himself is so incomplete. Imagine these people, what to say, we are better than. So, Guru's role has become very crucial and most important because through his knowledge and through his own experience, he has a very tough job of removing the misunderstanding. He has a very complex work of entering into the seeker's mind and taking out a wrong thought and substituting a right thought. And this makes his work very, very difficult because it needs tremendous focus, consistency, and availability of the seeker. It's an intellectual operation. So therefore I prostrate to that teacher, Vidyaranya Swami says, who has removed this ignorance, this crocodile of ignorance. who is like the graha grasaik karmane. So, whose graha grasaik karmane, whose only work is to remove this ignorance. What shall you do? Now teacher says, see, if I am doing the operation, you should not move. I am giving you anesthesia now. Because if you move and I am operating kidney or I am operating brain, and if you do like that, then you had it. Therefore, if you remember, when this radiation is done in this part for the cancer patient, this is clamped. This portion is clamped from both the sides. Because radiation is done at a particular point. And if that point is missed out, it will injure something else. And therefore, this availability to the student of the seeker is called seva. Seva is not working. Seva means I am giving up my notion, my desire and my action, and allowing your notion, your emotion and your action to prevail upon me. It is emptying and allowing that. At least allow for some time and see what the result of that. Tat padambu raharuhad dvandva seva nirmal chetasam. Second verse. Tat sukh bodhaya tattvasya vivekoyam videyate. So, his feet I am serving. Understood. Don't think Guru needs lot of seva. Guru doesn't need seva. We need to serve. Seva is a tuner. It's an emotional acclimatization. Through seva, you acclimatize yourself. If you go to Himalayas, all of a sudden, your body will get a shock. So when you go through a process, slowly, your body gets acclimatized to the temperature, to the pressure, to the height, to the cold. Similarly, when you go to study with somebody, and it's not an objective university where you go and into the class. Here you have to allow yourself to go into the mind of the teacher, and teacher has to go to the mind of the student. Both have to enter each other's mind, and therefore this needs a time. Seeing you is one thing, entering your room is one thing, but entering your mind takes years and years together. If the student doesn't enter teacher's mind, he won't understand what teacher would have wanted. And if a teacher doesn't enter student's mind, teacher would not know what is the pain of the student, what is his real problem, where he is struggling. Because many things he won't say, many things he won't know that he has to say. So both ways it has to be there. And the bridge between the student's mind and the teacher's mind is called seva. Through seva, we both enters each other's mind. So tat padamburu dvandva, by serving the feet of the teacher, my mind has become pure. Pure means available. Pure means operationable. It is worth operating. If you go for operation, so doctor will first check your blood pressure, he'll check your diabetes. Regular checkups are there, and if some parameters are not okay, your operation will postpone. He says your diabetes is not okay or your pressure is not okay, right now? So he will say, please wait. You are not in a fit condition, or your blood is not there, you need blood transfusion. You have only confusion. So, tat padam buruhat dvandva. You need transfusion. So, through seva, You make the teacher aware that I am available for change and correction. I am wrong. You can please feel free to correct me. I am giving away my emotions, my notions and action. I am depersonifying myself. And by seva, he expresses his availability and the teacher expresses his graceability. Teacher also feels that this student really means to be corrected. He has given, so let me fill his mind with the best thoughts which can take away his sense of incompleteness and ignorance. Those who jump these processes and they don't have emotional acclimatization, ultimately, so that teaching doesn't percolate deep in the mind. Why you are telling all these things? Sukhbodhaya tattvasya vivekoyam vidiyate. I am teaching as if I am teaching for the first time. ऐसा लग रहा है. So many classes already has gone on Panchadashi. How many classes I don't know, but many classes. So for this for the easy knowledge of that tattva, ayam vivekah videyate. This vivek will be now told, elaborated, expounded. Now comes the solid teaching. So till 33rd or 36th verse I have already seen, but don't worry, I'll again go through it. Because you won't get what is going on if I go straight to 36th verse. You will feel, please go back. Because we studied in last Satyug and I forgot what was the insight. You are listening Vivek Chudamani, no? Vivek Chudamani, okay. Which verse? 20th verse. 17th. 17 you have covered. Okay. Good speed is there. Let's now start. Now you'll expect a solid Vedanta now, and please keep your mind subtle and sharp. Now 3rd verse to 10th verse is Jivatma Swarup. What is the essential nature of the Jeev will be propounded from 3rd to 10th verse. Don't forget, please. 3rd to 10th verse is Jivatma Swarup, and 11th to 13th verse will be the discussion about samsara. 11th to 13th verse will be discussion about the worldliness. And from 14th verse, till 14th verse, of course, avidya. 14th verse till 14th verse, avidya or the samsara will be discussed. Let me now see how it has gone from 11 to from 3rd to 10th verse. I'm going to see it again. It will take 1-2 days to revise, but you will understand and get the thread of that. You will get the hang of that thread where we had left and how the thought has progressed. Panchadashi is a subtle text but very, very interesting and very, very beautiful. Let's see. So he says that if you see in the waking state, I'm not going to go into very much details, but I'll give you what is the main point so that you are understanding. He says, who? Vidyaranya Swami, he says, in the waking state, you have Shabd, Sparsh, Roop, Ras and Gandh. We have Shabd, words are there, touch is there, form is there, Ras is there, and last was Gandha. Like if I see a flower, so flower has all five. I am seeing you with the eyes. But what is the main point here? Main point here is when I see from object to object, what happens is every experience has two parts. One part is the name form part, and other part is knowingness part. And when we move our attention from one experience to another experience, name form part is continuously changing, but the knowingness part is same. Like I say, I see the flower, I see the book, I see the handkerchief, I see the mic, I know the wall, I know the light. So when I scan everything, so form and name is continuously changing, but knowingness is not changing. I know. This knowingness, this unchanging knowingness in all external knowledges is mentioned by the word samvit. See the word, third shlok. Ek tat samvit ek rupat na vidyate. It is not changing. That one knowledge is not changing. One knowledge is not changing. Like, I'm giving an external example now. Like what? Like see, mic is seen, book is seen, table is seen, fan is seen. Everything is seen. So this has two parts. One is mic part, other is light falling on the mic part. Our attention is on the mic and not on the light falling on the mic. One is book part, other is light falling on the book part. One is the handkerchief part, other is the light falling on the handkerchief. See, light has fallen. Light falling on the handkerchief part. One is a watch part, other is a light falling on the watch part. If the light has not fallen on each object, you wouldn't have perceived anything. But what is very important to know, although the objects are changing, but the light falling on the object is not changing at all. Similarly, you have knowledge of so many things, but what is not changing is the knowingness aspect is not changing, which is called samvit. So whole waking state has been condensed to one point, that there is one unchanging knowledge in all in waking state. Please shift your attention from hundreds of names and forms to one unchanging knowledge in waking state. Shift your attention from the mic to the light. Shift your attention from the book to the light on the book. And if you shift your attention to that one light, you will be having a difference. This is one point. क्यों भाई? Is it clear? Ganga plumber window है? Still working? Huh? Blockage is there. Mental. That is more difficult to remove. This Ganga plumber can remove that blockage in 1 hour, 2 hours. But mental blockage takes bursts to remove. I don't like you. I like you. You are very good. You are very bad. I am very important person. He is not important. I was snubbed. I was praised. I am honorable. Amen. All are mental blockage. So as that doesn't allow the water to flow, mental blockage doesn't allow the knowledge to go. Now come to next. Forget Ganga Brahma. Now come to the fourth part. You only take the attention. You only take the attention. I was quite focused. He himself has come or what? Or workers have come. 3 workers are there. It's a perpetual thing. Something goes here, there, something. Continuously, something problem is there. It is an unending. So, shift your attention from the object to the light falling off the object. Now come to the dream state. Next verse. 4th verse says, Tatha. Tatha means in the same manner. Swapne. In the same manner, in the deep sleep, atra vedyam tu na sthiram. So you see a lot of objects in the dream still, and their objects are not stable. That means after dream is over, you can't get back the object. In the waking, when you get up, you get the same object you get. Same wife is there. How nice it was if the wife had changed. So, her husband had changed. But the prarabdha is such that as long as the fruit is there, he maintains a certain shape around you. What maintains a shape around your family shape, your husband, wife, body, is called Kal, is called Karmphal. And the day that Karmphal is over, that particular shape is gone. It can monitor you, then my financial shape is not okay. So that shape is gone. Or my job is gone. Or I got a new job. In the dream, because fruit of action is for few seconds. And therefore, in the dream also is a fruit of action. Somebody has to be beaten up. But his fruit of action is to be beaten only for 2 minutes. Or he should not be humiliated. Whole life he should not think. So, if he is beaten in the waking state, it will be very big fruit. He will continue thinking. So he is beaten in the dream, at least he suffer and he will find. Because his fruit of action is only for a few minutes. And therefore the fruit of action, he got it and he is over now. Or he is praised. Or he has become Prime Minister. Or he has become a very rich person. So Sukh Dukh you get in the dream as well, some of which are the fruit of action. So, in the waking state, the things are relatively, please note, relatively stable. It's not stable. Nothing is stable here. Nothing is stable here. Like you saw, I got a permanent job. It's not a permanent job. It can be only 20, 30 years can be there. Nothing is called permanent other than Brahman. Tatha swapne atra vedyam tu na sthiram kama jagre vedyam sthiram. Vedyam means object. Here in the waking state, as there is a relative stability in the dream state, relative stability is also not there. I hope you are understanding. So tat bhedah atatayo. But when you scan all the objects of the dream, there also one knowledge is same. What is your attention should not miss. One knowledge which was in waking state is the same one which is in the dream state. So dream knowledge, there is object of knowledge in the dream, but there is a common knowledge on all objects which is called swapna drishta, which is one. Therefore you can't have a dark dream. You cannot have a pitch dark dream. Even if load shedding is there, even if there is no light, still you will have, because that light is there. I tell you, you can experience all these things. There is nothing called pitch dark dream. So, tad bhedaha. This alone is the difference between waking and dream. But there also one continuous knowledge is there. Please note, in that knowledge there is no there is no difference of knower, known knowledge. It is yapti, it is knowledge, knowingness. And I gave you example many times. Remember pumpkin. Remove it in the mind. Substitute by rose. Substitute that by lotus. Substitute that by moon in the mind. Substitute that by jasmine. Where all knowledges are, all forms are coming and going in the mind, that knowledge. Got me? In the self, all the knowledges are coming and going. That knowledge is continuous in the dream, and that is continuous in the waking. Therefore, there is some knowledge which is continuous in waking and dream. What about deep sleep, sir? I am coming to it. Don't worry, relax. 5th verse is on deep sleep. Well, this way, again you will take to 36 verse. Now I am trying to warm up. Whole month will going and warming up. When will we run? Supto titasya saushupta tamo bodho bhavet smriti sacha avabuddha vishaya avabuddham tat tadatama. So when supto titas, one who has got up from the deep sleep, purushasya saushupt tamo bodho bhavet smriti. So, bhavet smriti, he has remembrance. What he had remembered? Saushuptu tamo bodha. Knowledge of total blankness. He has the knowledge of total blankness. When he got up from the sleep, he said, what did you see? Nothing I saw. What you experienced? Nothing. I told you nothing. Why are you troubling me? Nothing I saw. Acha? This is a knowledge or a memory? It's a memory. Remember one thing? This is the knowledge of the memory. Memory, what is there? It cannot be in front of you. When I see you, I don't have your memory. Memory is of something which I am not seeing, but I experienced in the past. So when he got up, in front of him may be tea, or in front of him can be father, mother. But he has a memory, nothing I knew. Sa cha avabuddha vishaya. This smriti is of that knowledge. So, avabuddham tat tada tamaha. In deep sleep, tada. So directly experienced, his blankness was directly experienced. Sabodha vishayat bhinna na bodhat swapna bodhavat. Now this knowledge which he has, this is different than the smriti. Please be careful. If knowledge is there, there has to be one who has the knowledge. In the deep sleep, he had the knowledge of blankness. There was somebody who had the knowledge of blankness. And the one who has the knowledge, he alone will remember in the waking state. And therefore, this consciousness should be also in the deep sleep, because that alone is remembering in the waking state. Rememberer and experiencer should not be two. And that is called pratyabhigya. Sabodho vishayad bhinna, na bodhad bhinna. So, this consciousness in which experience has come, this consciousness in the deep sleep cannot be different than the waking consciousness, because it cannot be that somebody else experienced and somebody else remembers. The one who has experienced, he alone remembers. If in the waking I am the rememberer, then in the deep sleep, I alone must be the experiencer. That means I should be there in the deep sleep. Deep sleep is not total absence, but there should be some consciousness on which absence was seen. If total absence was there, then you cannot say, supposing you say there was nobody in that room, you have to be there to say there was nobody. If you were not there, nobody can say that there was nobody. Nobody can say, sometime in the yagna, some people come very early and they say nobody is coming. And it's yet the time is, they get so scared. Only why attendance is so low, nobody is coming nowadays. What happened? Organizer gets so nervous, their whole attention is how many people have come. 3, please come. They are so excited seeing body. You are there. Why are you saying nobody is there? Sabodho vishayat bhinna. Here Vishaya means thought. Tamo vrittihi. Na kama, na bodhat bhinna. Now here bodhat means the consciousness in the waking. It is not different than the consciousness in the waking. So please shift your attention. This way we have understood that in deep sleep, waking and dream, there is one continuous consciousness. Evam sthanatraya api eka samvit. That means whole day, night, one samvit. Similarly, in all life, from the womb to the tomb, there is one samvit. Can I go ahead? Go ahead. Similarly, before I was born, then also samvit must be there. Well, how do I know before I was born? I was born, so in the stomach you were there? Yes, in the mother's stomach, womb I was there. Then consciousness was there. Yes, consciousness was there. Consciousness was there when I was in the mother's womb. Okay. When the day you were conceived, that day consciousness was there in me. Well, how do I know all these things? Consciousness was there, not there. If you say I don't know, then you have to be there to say that I didn't know. Well, you catch on this point. Is there any other argument you can prove? Yes. You cannot say I don't know, because you have to be there to say I don't know. Somebody absence cannot say I don't know. Then please note my point. If the consciousness was born, anything born will modify. So throughout the life it will modify. Anything which is non-modifying, it was not born. Because it is not in time. Anything in time will modify. Because throughout my life, consciousness has not modified. That means it was not born. Number second argument. Third argument. If you say consciousness is born, then question will be consciousness is born from consciousness or consciousness is born from inertness. If you say consciousness is born from consciousness, then consciousness cannot be born because it was already there. It's a logical fallacy. And if you say that consciousness is born from inertness, so the effect should have the property of the cause, then the consciousness also should have the property of inertness, that I don't know myself. Like this is inert. So from inertness, therefore, consciousness cannot be born. So three arguments are there. And therefore, before birth and after death, same consciousness I am. And what about this body? I am trying to reduce my weight. In last 2 years, 1 kg I have lost. I went to Punjab, one person said, in last 2 years I lost 1.5 kg. So, last 2 years lost 1.5 kg. And very happy also about it. So in and through this body, like you see, from the childhood you have seen many dreams, and many bodies has come in many dreams. Similarly, but the consciousness, the dream seer has been the one in and through in all the dreams. Similarly, what similarly? Similarly, in all the bodies you may have got it, the consciousness aspect is same. And this is said in 7th verse. Masabda yuga kalpeshu. Mas means month. Abd means year. Yug. Kalp. Gata gamyeshwane kadha. It has come, it has gone. No deti nastamete ka. But this consciousness is neither born, neither it is dying. It is Swayam Prabha. And this way, we proved that Atma is of the nature of unchanging consciousness. Don't forget the topic. Topic was 3rd verse up to 10th verse. The nature, essential nature of Jeev is established as Satchidanand. And here, by analyzing the waking, deep sleep and dream, the Chit nature has been elaborated or propounded. Chit nature. Chit. Okay. Chit means consciousness. Now he is taking Anand nature. Holy, I am remembering everything now. Now I am trying to get it. I am trying to recap everything. Understand, no? How the thought is going? Panchadashi's beauty is, it goes in a very logical manner. So those who love a logical way of thinking, they love Panchadashi a lot. This is the style which Vedanta Swami follows. I have already taken whole Panchadashi till 10th chapter after the course, if you remember. And I think you have heard here also. Morning class, the recording has been heard of all Panchadashi chapters. But I think we should read it again and again. It has its own joy. Now he says, Vedanta Swami says, that this Atma is of the nature of Anand. Iyam Atma Parananda. Why? Because it is the object of absolute love. I am condensing it. I have told more about all these things in earlier classes. About Sushupti I had explained a little more in detail. But I am summarizing it. So how do I know that I am of the nature of Anand? How do I know? Because I do everything for myself. Where you have love, where you have Anand, there only you have love. Please note my point. If you love X person, because he is a source of joy for you. So Anand is the cause of prem. Anand. If Anand is there, then only prem will be there. Not our Anand and our prem. Both are here. Anand is also here, Prem is also there. Prem was coming. Prem Reena. Huh? Chanting? Huh? Okay. Feeding, yes. So, Anand is there. Supposing you say, I love the ashram, because you get Anand from the ashram. Supposing I say, I love this eatable, because there is Anand in that, therefore you love. So, Anand will be followed by love for a certain object. So, because I love myself most. Why? How do I know? Because I do everything for myself. Everything for myself, but I am very humble because humility gives you joy. You are humble not for others, but you are humble for yourself. Don't think you are obliging somebody by being humble. By becoming humble, you yourself enjoy your humility, therefore you are humble. I get up in the morning. You get up in the morning because you get joy in getting up in the morning. Not anybody else. You get joy. Or you get joy in, I attend class daily. You get joy in attending the class. It is your Anand that is there. So you love yourself the most, number one point, and that love is because your nature is of Anand. I will elaborate this point in more ways. You can hear the recordings later on if you have that. I have already elaborated that Anand should be having intensity. The joy should have intensity. The joy should have no interruption. So many things there where I said this decides the Anand. You can see yourself notes. And therefore I should not cease to exist. Na bhuvam. Why? Because I've ceased to exist, my Anand will go away. I should be eternal. Acha. Tat prematmarthamanyatra naivam manyarthamatmanah atastat paramam tena paramanandatatmanah. So this love is for the self. Love for others is only for yourself. Love for yourself is not for others. You love others because you love yourself the most. It's not that you love yourself the most, therefore you love others. And therefore your nature is of Anand and joy. And this way, Atma is of the nature of Chit, we established, and Atma is of the nature of Sat. Where is Sat came? Where Chit will be there, Sat will be there, because you are existing at all time. When you said that at all times you are there, that means Sat is also there. And therefore, you are of the nature of Sat, Chit and Anand. I hope you are understanding. Itham Sat Chit Parananda. We have proved by logic this point. And Param Brahma Tayoschaikyam Shrutyanteshu. And Shruti also says that Brahman is of the nature of Satchit Anand. Atma is of the nature of Satchit Anand, and Brahman is also of the nature of Satchit Anand, and therefore Atma is of the nature of Parabrahma. And Brahman and Atma therefore are one and the same. And this has been said in Taittiriya, etc. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. So what you established from 3rd to 10th verse, 3rd to 10th verse, it is established that Atma is of the nature of Brahman and not of the nature of changing Jeev. Birth and death, sadness and joy, love and hatred, father and mother, uncle and auntie. Old and young, I am becoming old. Although I am young in heart. What is there young in heart? I am not old, I am still young. All these things are not right. If you say you are old, people will get very upset. So they say, no, I am young. And if some old person you see you are looking young, he is very happy. That means both ways identified to body only. Both ways identified to body. What does it matter? In front of women, if you criticize, say, women are like that, women will feel bad. Then in front of men, you say, all men are like that, then you will feel bad. Because you are identified with your man body or the woman body. So, we are not living as the Brahman. Now, it is proved that Atma is Satchidanand. I am just brushing it, please get it. 11th verse says, please note now why the delusion is there. Abhanena param prema. Do you know yourself or you don't know yourself? If you have not known yourself, you will have no love for that. And if you have known yourself, you will have no attachment with the sense object because you have discovered your nature of Anand. 11th verse. If you had not known yourself at all, then you will have no love for yourself. And if you have known yourself completely, then you will have no nature of Anand, then you won't go out for joy. Therefore, you know yourself and also don't know yourself. Ataha bhane api abhata sau parma nandatatmana. Although you know and still you don't know. You know still you don't know. There is something you don't know about yourself. Remember that. Something is there which you don't know and is still there. And then example of the chanting of the students was given, if you remember. So there was 100 students and father scolded his son. He said, you don't chant. He said, no, I chant. He said, I am coming to listen to your chanting tomorrow. I don't know chanting goes or not here every day. I don't think so. Please continue chanting because seeing the memory of you all. So, Meda Sukh, Ganapati Atar Shirsh, you chant every day, then God will bless you. You are chanting, what happened? You still chant. Please all of you come 5 minutes in advance. Try to tune your mind, get the grace of Goddess Saraswati, and then she will bless you. So the father went to check. So all the students were chanting, Om Sasirsha Purusha Sasraksha Sasrpad. Now he was trying to focus to listen to the voice of his own child. After focusing a lot, he couldn't get it. Because the other children's voice was as if the obstacle to hear his own child's voice. So Bhane Api, although seeing that his mouth is moving, he is chanting. But really he is chanting right or wrong? That was not clear. So it was Bhane Api Abhanam Bhanasya Pratibandhena Yujyate. So this is called Pratibandh or an obstacle. The time is over. And this is called Pratibandh or an obstacle. So tomorrow I'll come back to you. This was just a session to warm up and to get back to our own classes. We'll see this continue tomorrow. I'll try to go faster if you are understanding, and proceed and complete this chapter. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Harihi Om.